Hi there, my YouTube family. In this week's vlog, I am doing some storytelling. So that you heard right, it's story time. And this is actually a recording of a recent stand-up storytelling that I had to do. It was much harder than I thought it was gonna be. First of all, I was invited to participate because a girlfriend of mine that was supposed to do it, at the last minute, she had a family emergency and she was like, oh my gosh, Stacey, I have this storytelling thing that I need you to do for me. And I was like, yeah, I love telling stories. So I get to the place, I have my book, I have my pages bookmarked with where I'm gonna talk from and so forth. And then the organizer comes up and says to me, you have 5 to 7 minutes and you can't use notes. Okay, brace yourselves. So what I had to do was just kind of dig through my thoughts around which one of the stories from my cancer journey was the most interesting and impactful for me. And I picked a couple of those tidbits out of my book, 5-Year Love Affair, that I wanted to share on stage in front of a whole bunch of people. And it turned out pretty well. I'm surprised at how well I did, and also at the fact that I was able to actually keep it within the time frame that was given and not use notes. So I hope you guys enjoy the vlog and stay tuned because there's lots more stories to come from my time that I'm spending in Jamaica.
Nobody no fi cry over me dead. Look at me now, when them treat me less than gold. Put me in a box like
It's not dancing, it's storytelling. It's all the things. Good night, beautiful people. This is so lovely. It's nice. I had a drink or 2 or 3 to help myself out, you know, to get up here. And I brought props. Actually, one of the props was supposed to be a part of the story till the producer kind of say, you can't read nothing. So, you know, but that's why I use it as an anchor, you know, kind of thing. All right, so tonight I'm gonna be sharing this story in a very condensed kind of way. But it is over now. My life as I knew it then. The name of this book is 5-Year Love Affair, and it is my personal photo memoir. There are pictures in there. I am topless. You should buy it both. And I want to take you back to a couple of scenes Mary was watching from this time in my life. Dear Erin, I wish I could say words as uplifting as the ones you've written to me. But truthfully, I am 2 days away from my reconstruction surgery and I am terrified. 2 years ago was when I first had my mastectomy and battled radiation as I suffered through breast cancer. And now as I sit here without a man by my side, taking care of my 3 children on my own, I can only wish that there were positive words coming out of my soul, but all I feel is the same fear that I was struck with the moment I was told that I was going to have to remove my breast. That fear was so gripping and so manipulating and so controlling that it had me looking for every possible thing I could do except what I needed to do to save my life. I walk into the bathroom. It's early in the morning. I sit on the toilet and I take a glass. It has to be the first pee, she said. This nurse had convinced me that this was the way to heal myself. Urine therapy is something that's very popular. That's why all these people are in the office, they're waiting. Her skin was so beautiful. Her Jamaican nurse's uniform with her tights crisp. I thought, she knows what she's talking about. And so every morning I sat on the toilet, collecting my daily sample of my pee. Are you crazy? Drinking your pee? You don't walk on the road and see when the pee place, the place where the people them go and them piss, and you see the walls start deteriorating, you see the pipe them up. This was Jaman, who I went back to in Atlanta after spending a few weeks drinking my pee and trying to avoid chemotherapy. I call him my Oberman nutritionist. And him cursed me and said, you are trying to run away from yourself. That's all this is here to teach you, really. You've been drinking your pee, so you can definitely do what I'm gonna tell you to do for the next several months. We're gonna go liquid vegan. And then once we go liquid vegan, we're gonna start to pump your body full of all the things that you really need to be drinking so that you can not only kill the cancer, but you can start to build back your body. And I went to Jaman every day for 3 months back home in Atlanta. And he cooked for me. And I had to drink what he made every day because I was so frail. I was 90 pounds. I'm 130 right now. I had to drink that every day. And while I was drinking the soups and the juices he would make, he would fill my mind with the possibility of life. The possibility of what it looked like to move beyond the fear that had me drinking my pee. And I would cry about the pain of my divorce that I was also going through. I would cry about the pain of being separated from my children. I would cry about all the things that I didn't have, that I couldn't create, that I couldn't think of, because all I was suffering from was that fear, that same fear that was gripping me. And as he scraped the raw scar crust from my chest, from the burning of the radiation, he would remind me of my strength. He would remind me of the possibilities that exist beyond the fear. And yet 2 years later, I was still gripped by that. But guess what? I went through my reconstruction. I went through being liquid vegan for several years. And now that it's over, I have reconstructed not just my chest, but I have reconstructed my life. I don't live in fear. I live in the fullness of possibility. I don't live in the default of the situation. I live in the delicious possibility that exists in everything that we are gifted with. Our minds are so powerful, and I have learned to use that to my advantage, to create more possibilities for myself, for my 3 children that I raised on my own, one off to university now. I have used that possibility to rebuild the amazing love experience that I am now having, that is nothing short of delicious. I have used the possibility to rebuild my career, to rebuild my own business, to rebuild the relationships and the friendships I had lost by going off into an abyss of suffering and shame while I was reconstructing my life. So my life, as I knew it in that book, is over now. And at the same time, my life as I know it has started, and it's beautiful and it's blossoming. Long story short.